Hello, everybody. Welcome to Be My Guest Talk with Shay. Today, we have our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guest, Gravedigger. Thank you for joining, everybody. How you doing, Grave?
Hey, I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so glad you came to visit me today.
Oh, I'm glad I'm here too, cause
Awesome, awesome.
you
So we
looking
gonna
good.
talk.
What we
Thank
gonna
you.
talk about?
We gonna talk. I say, let's just talk about you.
Now that's the subject I know everything about.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
What
right.
you
And
wanna
I
know?
want to hear it. So tell me a little bit about you. Tell me about your craft. Let's talk about how you got into business, what inspired you, and what keeps you going and motivated. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Let's
Look.
shoot.
All right. Most people want to know how I got my name 1st
Mm-hmm.
and it's real simple. Anybody that's ever seen the movie Cotton Comes to Harlem knows about. That's an old movie, so a lot of you young people don't know what I'm talking about. But there's two detectives in there named Coffin Eddie and Gravedigger Jones. And I used to run a club in Great Falls, Montana, and we was having a meeting one night. And the lady's house was having a meeting at, she was watching Cotton Comes to Harlem for the first time. Well, me and a guy named Miller, we used to run together. We was tight, boys. So she came out after the movie, and she came in the meeting when we was having. She says, "I'm gonna start calling you Gravedigger, and I'm gonna start calling you Coffin Eddie." But he already had a nickname, and I didn't. So this was in 1977,
77, y'all.
and they gave me that name, Gravedigger, and it stuck, and it's been working ever since. Because
Wow.
of course, I'm retired Air Force, and this was an actual job in the military. But I had no intention of becoming a comedian. Sinbad and I was sitting at a table because we flew, and we came in one Thursday night, and we were sitting at a table at the NCO club. It was in 1980, and we just started talking about this one guy at the bar, and we drew a crowd. Neither one of us even ever knew. We just kid around with each other, and we drew a crowd. The club owner came over and he says, "Hey, can you all come back next week?" We like, "For what?" He said, "Y'all got a crowd going, people buying beer and stuff and everything, and laughing and everything." We like, "Well, look, we work. We actually Air Force people." So we start going in and just talking about people, and that's how I started.
Wow.
I didn't grow up to be a comedian, or not, but I've been like this all my life though. So
Cracking funnies all
yeah,
your life?
all my life. And the parents started doing Easter speeches. Now I was one of the kids that wanted to do my Easter speech and everybody else's. I love the stage since I was like that tall, or about your height.
Okay. My height. Oh, he got jokes, huh? So what? Oh, so did that particular thing inspire you to do jokes?
uh, it just gave me another avenue. I didn't realize I could be funny and get paid for it.
I know that's
But
right.
I do it without pay because I love it.
That's
I
a
love it.
beautiful thing.
And my philosophy in life is if I can get you laughing for a few minutes, whatever's going on in your life that's bothering you, it's not bothering you right then. Now, I am the only comic that came out with a thing in 1989, and I didn't start it until really after 80. My father passed away uh, September 15th, 3:15 in the evening, 1989, 15 minutes after Hurricane Hugo hit. So I went home, and a friend of mine got the whole family together. He owned a club just like this one, and he says, "I'm just the Bryson family for Graves' dad, the night before the wake." So he brought the whole family in there, and me and my brother just went off. I just did a show for the family. So I started doing, I call it grief relief. So now I do that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
nobody else does it. So I go and get families together if they have, their loved ones, and I'll just go ahead and put a show on the night before the funeral or the night before the wake, and get them to laughing and get it out of their
Right,
system.
right.
And I did it for all the members that passed in my family after my father died.
Wow, that is so nice. That's
Yeah.
very nice. So, I heard you say you don't do it for money.
I will not do. I mean, I love it that much that I didn't do it
Okay.
for money.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
You gotta
But
listen to
money
this
is
man.
not the motivator. It's just you just have to love it. If you love something so much you would do it for free, then I do it for the money. I mean, it takes my time, but I have more fun on stage than. I'll do the same show if it's one person standing there, if it's 1,000.
I know that's right.
So
So how long have you been doing this?
30 years.
30?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
it is.
That's a long time.
In and out, and I've done it all. I'm gonna tell you, I do churches. I do barbecues, graduations, and of course, I travel with J. Anthony Brown, and I do a lot of stuff with him. Do
And who's
stuff with
J.
Tom Jones.
Anthony Brown, in case did nobody know?
Well, J. Anthony Brown is the comic that's on everybody watch Tom Jones Morning Show. It has Jay, Sybil, and Tom,
Right.
and I've done their shows. I've traveled with them. I headlined their family reunion they have every year in Orlando. And Jay and I met about 10 years ago, and we just hit it off, and that's how it is. But I'm with a lot of celebrities now,
Right,
so.
right. I
But
know, I see you with a lot of people.
yeah, but it's just, we just normal. Like I said, last week I was in Mexico with Ross Ryan off of 227 and a whole bunch of other celebrities. And they just regular people. We all get together.
Right, right.
Backstage. You got to put on that persona when you're out there. And what really messes me up and makes me mad is when they get to be stars and on the level they are, they keep forgetting. Not them, but some of them will forget where they came from and who made them.
That's right. The people.
Yeah.
That's
the people.
right.
So you got to come down and just be yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. So who's your favorite comic?
My favorite comic passed away is Robin Williams. Not Robin Williams. Robin Harris.
Okay.
But Robin Williams was good.
Okay.
And I go back to way old school comics
Right,
like
right.
Red Skeleton.
Before my time.
Yeah, Jonathan Winters. You got to look at all the comics, and Richard Pryor. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of people don't know that Paul Mooney was writing for Richard Pryor.
Okay.
And Paul Mooney is funny. And I performed with Paul Mooney and
Nice.
Dolomite.
Nice.
The Chris, I perform in everything modern right now I've been with.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to take a break right now. So you guys go have a little bathroom break. We'll be back. Back, everybody. We're gonna finish talking out with Gravedigger here, and I hope you're enjoying yourself so far, cause I am. So, Grave, finish telling me about your career. So you go everywhere. Like everywhere and perform.
Yeah, I go everywhere. Anywhere you want me, I'm there. I performed in Japan. I performed in Korea. I went on the like I said, a lot of this before your time. I was on the Silver Shadow tour with and I've been on with Climax, DeBarge, the Commodores, Far East tours with them. Hung out with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders 2 years over there in Japan, in Korea, and Japan, and Philippines, Hawaii,
Jeez.
Guam. Like I said, last week I was in Mexico. That's a trip. If you ever get to go to Mexico, go. I'm gonna tell you, I loved it. But I perform everywhere, and there's no audience too small and no audience too big. And then, of course, a couple months ago, I opened for Patti LaBelle here at the DPAC.
Nice,
And
nice.
I've been
How'd that go?
That went great. That went great. She called me back out on stage, and I had a good time. And, they don't let scrubs go into the DPAC. and I felt good, too, because now I've performed at the DPAC 3 times and Carolina Theater 4 times, because I've been there with the Shy Lights and you just name them.
Nice.
I know them, and they know me.
Nice.
And we just have fun.
Okay. So what do you do? What do you do for fun outside of performing? What do you do? I saw your motorcycle out there. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I ride bikes. I don't live in a box. My parents, we grew up poor, and I always said, anytime I want to get something, I've gotten everything I want. We grew up poor. My dad made sure I had everything I wanted. And I try to tell, especially my people, when I grew up, if you had what the white boys had, they called you Uncle Tom. Well, the white boys had mini bikes and go-karts. When I grew up, I wanted a mini bike and go-kart. But they called me Uncle Tom. But I got one.
They called you Uncle Tom?
Yeah. But then once I got them, they wanted to ride.
Right, of course.
So I don't ever let yourself live in a box. I don't care what nobody. Love yourself. Love what you want to do first. I'm a student pilot. I fly out of Lake Ridge. I fly planes.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah,
He flies planes?
jet ski on jet skis, on boats. I fish a lot. I play. I'm just not starting golf. I just do what I want to do, and I don't care what nobody else says about it. So that's how you got to live. It's only your life.
That's right.
Don't hold yourself back. And a lot of people don't do things because they think somebody's going to say something about it. So that's why I do different shows. I do adult shows. I do a Christian show. Whatever they ask me to do, I can
Christian
do.
shows.
Yeah.
Y'all better book Gravedigger.
Yeah, I got a large church in Melbourne that I do all the time. I got a large church. I got a super huge church in Newport News I do every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
so-
are you a native of North Carolina?
No, I'm a native. I was born in Humboldt, Tennessee. I migrated to Champaign, Illinois. Then most of my family is Champaign, Chicago, Kankakee, and Benn Arbor, Michigan, and Detroit. But the
Wow.
only reason I'm here is I retired here, and there's 5 lakes within 30 minutes of me, so I love to fish.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I can't swim, but I'm on boats and jet skis, and I stay on the water, and it just tickles people to
I
death.
know that's right. And you can't swim, girl?
And I can't swim, but I have fun.
You can't swim.
Uh,
Oh, mercy. I know that's right. So, do you have kids?
Yep, I got 2 grown kids.
Okay.
They live in Orlando, Florida.
Are you
I got-
married?
My wife is.
Okay.
And they'll get that later. I'm married to my craft.
I
I'm gonna
know
tell you
that's
that.
right.
I'm married, but I'm married to my craft. I
Mhm.
love this.
So, like, let's see. Who inspires you to become a comic?
Actually, like I said, nobody, because we have all kinds of entertainers in my family.
Okay.
But once I started doing it, like I said, I've been doing this since I was 5, and I just love the stage. And some people say I love attention. I do love attention. I mean, I've been in front of, between 10 people to 13,000. You know, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm nervous. I'm always scared. I've been doing 30 years. The hardest part for me to ever do is walk from the dressing room to the mic.
Mhm.
And once I get to the mic, it's a whole different story.
Right.
But I pray before every show. It doesn't
Wonderful.
matter how big
That's
it is.
awesome.
But I'm scared to death.
Really?
And once I don't care what you do.
Tell?
Huh?
You can't tell?
No, I mean before I get to the mic.
Uh-huh.
Once I get to the mic, that just calms me.
Mhm.
But it's a long walk.
To the
Sometimes
bathroom.
I was with Smokey Robinson, and I was sick. That's one show. That show you how much I love it.
Mhm.
I was so sick. I stayed in the hotel under the covers and was taking medicine up to about a half an hour before showtime. And they
Mhm.
got me over there. I went on stage. They gave me 40 minutes. I did 40 minutes and sit down and just sweated it out. But I'm a showman. Show has to go on.
Yeah. So, what would you tell an up and coming, person that would like to be a comedian? What would you tell somebody?
Don't look for money first. And that's
I heard the man, right?
I've noticed that. I've done over 500 shows for free before I got where I'm at. I know that easy. You gotta, and one thing, regardless of what you think, a comic cannot rehearse. You can memorize lines, but you cannot rehearse because you never know your audience. Any comic, and another thing you need to know is when you walk on stage, have 3 shows in your mind.
Mhm.
You have to have the canned show, then you got to have the show that always get to your shows early, so you can see what kind of audience you got.
Right.
And then you got to have that show, and then because you got to know what they want. You might come in there with a can show and they'll boo you to death because I hosted. This is funny. I hosted Apollo's Road Show. Then I went on Apollo as a contestant and got booed off the stage.
Wow.
But I hosted the road show.
Wow.
It's wild. That
Okay.
Apollo audience don't joke. And then the third thing we was talking about that is you got to have a show for your hecklers. You can't call security all the time. Once you put a heckler down, then you know you can do anything you want to.
Okay.
And a heckler sometimes will make your show. It's just how
Tell
you use it.
the people what a heckler is.
A heckler is somebody that comes there and they want more attention than the comic does. And 9 times out of 10, I'll call security, or the crowd will get them because people didn't pay to hear you, and to hear somebody in the audience talk to you and you talk to them.
Right.
So you get the heckler, shut him down, get him down quick. Even if you have to, that's why I like a cordless mic. You can walk out to them. Once you get them face to face, they'll shut up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell everybody how they can reach you, and if they want to book you.
Yeah, if you want to book me, I don't have an agent. I have a lot of people that act as my agents. But if you want to book me, you can go on Facebook. I'm on Facebook under comedian Gravedigger, or you can check me out. My cell number is 910-273-4220. I sleep with this phone, and I will if you get a message, I will call you back. I do anything, house parties, churches. I do a show for the Klan. I only see one color, green, money green. I don't care. But you just book me out, call me up, and we'll see if we can make a date.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it, you guys. The one and only Gravedigger. And I appreciate you coming on the show so much. I am so honored. It was a pleasure to
Well,
be
you
able
know I
to
had to like you
interview
for me to come out, and it's football Sunday,
Yes.
and
You
you
heard
got
that?
me
He
out there.
likes me, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
I make it look easy. Do it big like we're doing it for TV. And now the world's gotta know, but I don't think that they're gonna catch on to it. But there's one thing I know, got my eyes on the prize and I gotta keep moving. I make it look easy.
Welcome back, everybody. Be my guest, talk with Shay. So now we have my very special guest, Derrick Bridges. So you guys know it's Network Connections Week. What does that mean? Network connection means we're gonna go all to different everybody's little businesses. We're gonna connect and we're gonna talk and we're gonna hang out. Everybody get this is free promotion, free marketing. Why not, right? So we have Derrick Bridges of Emerald City Ultra Bar and Lounge in Durham, North Carolina. How you doing, Derrick?
Hey, Miss Shay, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so glad you came on the show with me today.
Thanks for having me.
You got me over here smiling and cheesing.
You looking good. You got me smiling and cheesing.
I know that's right. So, like I was telling everybody, this is Network Connections Week. And
Right.
so, basically, I'm just going to be hanging out with people with small businesses, big businesses, talking to them, just finding out what they do because some people don't know. You know, some people don't know, what they have around them in their city.
Mhm.
And Emerald City Ultra Bar and Lounge is really popular these days.
Yes,
So
yes.
tell me about that and your position and what you do here.
Okay, Emerald City been in existence for 2 years now. September the 26th was our second year anniversary. And Emerald City, I'm the owner of Emerald City Ultra Bar and Lounge here in Durham, North Carolina. And what we do here at Emerald City, first of all, let me tell you how God had put this in my life a long time ago. Okay, my daddy died when I was like 6 years old. I was staying with my grandmother. And back then, the older folks would have you watch this show for the younger kids called The Wizard of Oz. Okay, and I would watch that show every year. My grandma, they would watch it every year. So I'm in front of the television watching The Wizard of Oz. 6 years old now, like this. Back then we be at the TV like this, looking like this. So
Yeah, when it was
telephone,
still outside
the telephone rung. I didn't know my dad because he didn't raise me. I didn't know him from an average house cat. So my grandmother told me, she said, your daddy just got killed in a car wreck going to New York. I didn't know him, but tears started coming down my face. And the reason tears was coming down my face is not because my daddy had died, because I didn't know my father. Tears was coming down my face because I had watched The Wizard of Oz so much. When Dorothy was tapping her heels saying, there's no place like home, there's no place like home, that's why tears was coming down my face, because there was no place like home, and I was staying with my grandparents. So I say that to say this. You notice in The Wizard of Oz, they have a place called Emerald City, right?
Right.
And look where we sitting at, inside of Emerald City. So I say that to say this. It was already planned for me at 6 years old to be here with Emerald City. So that's how that came about.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So by you being the CEO, tell me some of the things that do you host, what the services that you offer for Emerald City Ultra Bar and Lounge?
Okay, now first of all, when you got a business, you have to know how to do everything. So if you got a business, if you don't know how to do everything, you don't need to be in business. And the reason I say that is because, say a bartender might not show up.
That's right.
Oh, you better know how to bartend,
That's right.
right? Because you're missing money. Okay, say if a cocktail waiter don't show up. Because here in the state of North Carolina, when you do bottle services, you can't let the patrons have their own bottles. So you have to have a cocktail waiter to serve them.
Wow.
So
I
they-
didn't know
yeah,
that.
you have
Did
to
you
have
guys know that?
You have to
I
have a
didn't.
cocktail waiter to serve them. So just in case a cocktail waiter don't show up, I have to be that person to go over there and serve them. And then the number one thing about being in business is customer service. Always remember, customer service is the key because the people don't have to come to us. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to come here. They don't have to spend their money.
That's right.
But you got to make them come to your business. I don't care if it's a club, a restaurant. I don't care if you're on the corner shining shoes, selling shoes. It's all about their customer service. So once you get that customer service up under your belt, then you know how to connect and talk to the people. Other than that, if you're a bad person, don't know how to treat the person next to you or whatever, your business is gonna flop. It's not because the business is doing bad. It's because the person running the business
That's right.
don't know how to talk to the folks.
That's
Like
right.
I said, I want to emphasize this. Customer service is the key. Listen to me. Customer service is the number one key.
Tell him, Derrick.
Customer service. Treat that person that come to your business with some respect. Don't disrespect that person because that person got to go back and tell the next person, oh, we had a ball at Emerald City. So that's what you
right.
want. Word of mouth is the oldest advertisement you can get.
That's right.
So remember that, word of mouth. So yeah.
So, could people have birthday parties here?
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
What do you offer? What are your services that you offer?
Okay. Like on Friday, on Thursdays, I'm sorry, I'm not on Thursdays. We open on Tuesdays. Now we open on Wednesdays. Fridays and Sundays are for the grown folks. So we offer birthday parties. We have like three big gigantic booths.
Okay.
We have like small booths. And it's all about giving the people something. So sometimes we don't even charge for the booth. So come and have a birthday party in Emerald City. Turn up, have fun. We ain't gonna charge you for the booth. We
That's
just want you
right.
to come in and have a good time. And when you leave, go tell that next person, man, Emerald City got it going on. So y'all need to go down to Emerald City and have some fun.
That's right. I've been hearing a lot about Emerald City. A lot. I see it a lot. So, if a person wants to book a booth or whatever, what's your contact information?
You can go on Facebook, go to Emerald City. We on Facebook. We on Instagram. Or you can call me 919-236-4108. We'd be glad to have your business, your party, whatever you want to do here at Emerald City, because it's all about you, not us.
That's right. I know that's right. Look, and don't be playing on his phone, y'all, okay? Enough with the shenanigans. I don't know if you should have gave your that was your real number.
Yeah, it's all about business. It's about business now. It's all about business. I'm about business.
Y'all be seeing them on Facebook. I know y'all do, because I be seeing them.
Promotion is the key,
I
right?
know that's right.
If you're doing anything, if a person don't know about it, how can they come to it?
That's right.
So promotion is the key.
That's right. So are you a native of North Carolina?
Yes, born in Durham,
Bummer.
straight out of the hood. Hoover Road Projects, 26 years. So it ain't where you come from, it's where you at. So I'm not scared to represent my hood. 26 years in the projects. God always got your back. So always remember to keep God first. And can I say this?
Sure.
I want to say this. I've been doing promotion. I'm gonna say ever since about in the 90s. Yeah, you see my Duke shirt, and I want to say that for a reason, cause I was the only black to have a party on Duke campus at the Mary Lou Williams Cultural Center. You know what that is? That the Mary Lou Williams Cultural Center was where sororities and fraternities could go to have their parties to raise money. So I was the only black that didn't go to Duke University. Well, now I ain't gonna say the only black, the only person that Duke let have a party on their campus. But to say this, God is good. So I had did that back in the 90s. And then in 2005, I came up with Happy Roots Entertainment.
Okay, Happy Roots. So, and Happy Roots, what does that represent? What is
Okay.
that company?
Happy Roots Entertainment, it's about, let me tell you what Happy Roots Entertainment means. Okay, roots means our people, right?
Right.
Roots. So I'm like this. To me, I like Black Lives Matter. To me, all lives matter because we come from God. We come from one. So to say that, Roots mean all my people because we bleed the same. We bleed the same color, red. So happy come in where I want my people to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So happy roots. So happy roots entertainment. So I want my people to be happy with the entertainment that I provide for them.
Okay.
So that's what happy roots came in existence.
That's nice. That's nice. So what would you tell a young entrepreneur that wants to own his own business? What encouraging words would you give that person?
I'm gonna go back and say this again. This is the key. I always put God first. And I want to say this. When we open up at Emerald City, we pray first. See that floor right there? Everybody get around in a circle. We hold hands and we pray. So it makes no difference if you're in a nightclub setting.
That's right.
It makes no difference if you're in a church setting. Remember, God reaches people by the highways and byways.
That's right.
So I'm not gonna say this is a nightclub. I'm gonna say this is a place where people can come, let out their frustrations, cause you never know what's going on with the next person.
That's right.
So this is a place where they can come and have fun. They have a good time, let their hair down. We just don't consider us a nightclub. We consider this place to be where people can come and just have a good time, just have fun. You notice in the Wizard of Oz at Emerald City, that's where they were partying at.
That's right.
Good time.
That's
That's all
right.
it's about, having fun.
Wonderful. Well, it's been such a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Bridges.
Thank you, Shay.
Thank you for coming on the show.
You have a beautiful smile.
Well, thank you so much. And
Beautiful
so do
smile,
you.
beautiful smile. So
So do you.
I want to say keep doing what you're doing.
I am.
Continue
I
to stay
am.
blessed.
Thank you.
And if you
so
ever need
much.
Emerald City or whatever, I even know a comedian if you need a comedian.
Gravedigger.
Yeah.
Did you see the show? Oh, wait,
That's
you
what
didn't see the show yet.
that's what who I gonna say. Gravedigger. I've been knowing Gravedigger for a minute.
Yeah.
I used to do the comedy. I used to before at Emerald City. I used to rent out the Armory downtown Durham, and do comic shows once a month.
Okay.
And I would go to Gravedigger to book my comedians.
Oh, no,
And we
that's
did that.
great.
We did that for a whole year.
Did you make some money?
Yeah, we did good. 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 So this right here fell in my lap. So
Yeah.
I thank God for it. So
Wonderful. So you do well with your business.
yeah. 2 years. When you do business, you ain't gonna see no money in the first 2
Of
years.
course.
You're not gonna see anything.
I think you need to repeat that.
Okay. When you do a new business, you're not gonna see anything within the first couple of years, cause everything you're making, you're trying to put back into it.
That's
It's just like
right.
you owning your own house, right? If you want to sell that house later on, you want to put back into your house so that client, when they come into your house, they be like, oh, wow, look good. So they want to buy it. So that's same way with business. Put back into your business. Yeah.
That's right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it because I tell people all the time, invest in yourself. And people really, 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 I don't think they know what that means. First, because 3 to 5 years really is what I believe in before you start seeing a
Right.
profit off of any small business. For me, for example, when it comes to my company, Sure LLC, I invested so much time and money into that. Sometimes I got into a situation, but if it's your vision and something that you believe in and you're passionate about, I say invest in yourself. So I appreciate you coming on the show once again.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Appreciate you all coming to Emerald City.
Absolutely. So yeah, you guys, you want to come out and have a good time? Come visit Emerald City Ultra Bar and Lounge in Durham, North Carolina. We're going to wrap up the show. I appreciate y'all watching, and you guys have a good night.